Madden world, what it be like? It's your boy Fo, and bro, we are back on that Madden 20. Now, if you're new to my channel and this is your first time seeing me, I appreciate that view, but you know you gotta like and sub, my boy. We put in a ton of hard work to make sure we can upload quality content. So like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well so you can know when we post. We're on that grind at 5K. I appreciate all my new subs and bro, all my day ones. I'm blessed to have y'all, man. Y'all support me so much. Thank you. Now let's get right into the video. Now look, we are going to pick up on this wing stack, but before I move on to another play, I wanted to cover something that I got in a little mailbag of questions that I get from time to time. Somebody asked me, well, how do you deal with max coverage, okay, when people play max coverage against you? My response is wing stack can deal with pretty much everything, bro. Most formations can, that you have good control over and you have good route combinations, but wing stack does a really good job at dealing with something like max coverage. So let's go ahead and take up the play we used last time. So let's go ahead and go with double corner, because we already made a video on that. Y'all are familiar with a lot of the variations that I like. I'm going to show you a couple of new things you can do with this same exact play to be effective against max coverage. Now, if you're going against max coverage, most people like cover 2 max coverage, so we're not going to work backwards with cover 4 and 3 and 2. We're going to go 2, 3, 4. So let's go ahead and show you real quick. Now, the first thing I'll say is most people that run something like cover 2 will do really 2 different types of cover 2. All right, they'll either zone everything out, and they'll play like hard flats on the outside to take away stuff, and then they'll play like a seam flat here, they'll play like a seam flat here, or a curl flat there. They'll play a deep third so they don't get beat up the middle, because cover 2 is really susceptible to that, and then they'll just man this player up themselves. We'll put that player in the mid read right in the middle of the field, and then they'll just cover all of this ground, like anything that comes over the middle, drag, in route, anything like that. They'll try to take that stuff away and play zone coverage to the sidelines. Now, most beginner to some intermediate players will have problems with something like this, and the reason is because a lot of people in Madden like to play the sidelines, bro, and this does a really good job of taking parts of the sideline away, where it makes it really difficult for you to throw into the flat, so you can't get those quick yards that you're accustomed to, and then also you can't really play like that 10 to maybe 15-yard area that you want to play. Double corner does a really good job at attacking something like this, because we can easily go to like that first route combination that I showed y'all, where you see you got square and circle right there, and they'll just, you can already see what's going on right there. And look, we basically went out of bounds, but we got an opportunity to house it. But something else that you should keep in mind is, say they even attack like this, right? Where they're trying to cover all of that ground. Truthfully, we don't even need the streak against the cover 2. So all we really have to do against cover 2 is just do that. And just like that, we are up the field for a touchdown with only one route going deep. So this particular route actually does a really good job at handling that for you. Now, if we look to the opposite side of the field on a cover 2, what we want to look at is, say they go soft squat, hard flat, something like that, seam flat, same exact concept here, where they're playing the middle of the field. You have to keep in mind that that flat, this X flat, is going to be open if it's against cover like a cloud flat or something. We can throw it right away. But if they don't have a vert hook in that area, if they don't manually go defend that right away, that player is going to get open. So a yellow needs to be there. They need to have a vert hook in that space with a cover 2. If they don't have a vert hook, remember, the reason why is like those curl flats, seam flats, you see how he just pops out. they just pop out and go play outside. And that's going to give us the opportunity to just throw that pass that we like to throw, where we precision pass it down and we're good to go. All right. Also keep in mind, and I forgot to mention this, but let me make sure I mention it. Most times when people are running max protection, they're only blitzing like 3 people or rushing 3 people. Our double corner play has our running back on the block and release. If they're only rushing 3, he will always pop out and sit right here. So your worst case, if none of this is open and they're manually going to guard something and all of that, you can just dump off and make their life hell. Or you can flick up on the right analog, playmaker this player up further and get even more yards out of it, because nobody's going to be around him at all. They only have so many resources they can dedicate. Now, if they decide to go to man coverage, which I'm sure you're probably thinking about yourself, well, why don't we just man up Alshon Jeffrey, right? Because that's what I would do. Right, let's just man him up, take him away. Let's also come back and we're gonna man this player up, take him away. Or matter of fact, before we even do that, let me show you. So say they decide to keep the vert hook out. I forgot to mention that. If they decide to keep the vertical hook out and then they want to play this as a hard flat to take that flat away, an adjustment that you can do. And then they just gonna leave the mid read. They see you not going deep, blah 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 blah. Something you can do is like motion this player over actually. And if they don't manually defend that player is just gonna get open. And you got an opportunity to go up the field. Cause again, this play, just like I showed in the last video, is really glitchy with cover 2. So it still like has some cover 2 properties. So you can see where that vert hook, it doesn't man up like it used to, like where it will go outside and it's just gonna sit. It can't jump way up that high because of the trajectory on the ball this year. And boom, we just wide open into that space. So they gonna have to run over there and man it up themselves. And again, if you see them running outside, just throw it right there. And look at the cloud flat. If they play a cloud flat, out route works. Now, let's say they play cover 2 and then they mix a little bit of man in there, alright? So now we're going to go ahead and man up. We're going to get smart. We're going to man up. We're going to take away your out route. We're going to take away your hard flat, right? And then we're going to play the middle of the field ourselves. We're going to take away that little running back from you. So, nah, you ain't getting none of this now, right? So we're going to put him down in this space because he's expecting to play the running back, okay? Well, this isn't going to work either. Because the tight end, if they're in a 3-4, 4-3, 4-6, anything like that, they're always going to be manned up against a linebacker if this person is quickly setting this type of defense up. And it's going to give me an opportunity to just burn this player outside. So then that's something that they have to worry about. But then also you have to also remember that whenever they start manning players up, and this player, Alshon Jeffrey, in a cover 2 max coverage, we've already determined that he has to be manually like defended, or he has to be manned up. And most players that manually like guard people, they don't want to be way out here because they're away from the rest of the play. So they're more than likely gonna just man him up to be safe. And then say you man this player up, right? And then you, I don't know, put this player on a seam flat to take that away. Alright, so now we're going, alright, we got your number now. You know, we're going to play that hard flat to take that away. We're going to play the seam or curl flat to take that out away from you. So you're not going to have that as well. We're going to play a curl flat here and put man coverage on you. Take all of that away. So we're good now. And then we're going to guard this ourselves. What I would recommend that you do is, and I'll show you. Put this player on the in route, put this player on the flat route. Like I said, they can only dedicate so many resources. Because they're manning this player up, the circle route, that whole area of the field is vacated. This whole area doesn't have a zone in it now. So you have to get that user leaning one way or another. So we're going to motion and snap him. We can either throw right away to where he's not prepared and he's not ready. So you see we pretty much got a first down out of that. Or, and I ain't going to run the play over more than one time. So look, I see his back turn, so I know he manned up because his back just turned. I hit right behind that, and then I go up the field. Now, you could always let him run all the way across. Say they have the user that's coming down. You could let him run all the way across, and then he'll run, and I can still hit him. Or, like I said, I can play make this person right up the middle of the field now because he's so concentrated on this player. Or if he stays with that player, once he clears him, I'll hit him right there. Now you're getting the user all messed up. You just have to make the right decision. But you can even see right there, look at the curl flat combination. So let's go curl. We're going to do the same thing. We're going to go curl flat. Oh, hold on. Curl flat. And then we're going to man up. Alright. Then we're going to play a hard flat to take away that route. And some of this may be obvious to like the intermediate to advanced players, but there are a lot of people that's learning how to play the game that may not necessarily know this. And there are some intermediate players that I run into a lot of the times. They'll just take the videos that I have and take the setups that I have, then they'll take them online and use them. And this is just more of a lab breakdown via the question that I got. So anyway, let's go ahead and snap the ball again. And you can see right there where that curl flat, I guess it just acknowledges, you can see it right there, that curl flat just acknowledges like maybe there's a man right there, and you see the curl flat goes outside, and I'm still able to throw that pass. So you may want to look at that right away just to see if it's there, and then go back to your read on the left side of the field. So read right to left. So that's simple enough. Now, last thing we'll talk about real quick is like cover 3, because cover 3 is very much like cover 4 in a sense with how most people set it up. Now, I even used to run a setup like this where you can go hard flat, and you see you got all of that going on right there, and then you can run like a hard flat like that. And that was a much easier setup for me. And then I would just play the middle of the field like this. Now, this defense really does cause a lot of turnovers a lot of times because, like I said, people don't know how to play things. But you can't run just that circle route out there by itself anymore. But if they zone out like that, bro, it's still going to get open. So that always is going to get open against any zone. If they decide to zone it out, that route combination of that streak and that circle always gets open. And again, if they come back and play cover 3, again, remember our rule that we have. If there's no vert hook immediately right over there to that side of the field, and they don't run over to that side of the field, we're going to do the exact same thing. See, we just gonna hit like that. Simple enough. And like I said, man, there's always a way for us to just hit different players. Take it in the lab and look at it. And look, our running back again is wide open. And that's them trying to manually defend this. But let's look at something like cover 4 palms. Now, cover 4 palms is glitchy, bro. So a lot of times with like something like cover 4 palms, let's find one. It can glitch out a lot of times. You just gotta get in the lab and figure out how it's glitching out. Like, sometimes you can just send streaks down the field and pick up cover 4 palms. But the thing about cover 4 palms is just like cover 3 match. Like, they start out playing zone and then they go to man coverage. So I'll just snap the ball and we'll let it run out. And you see how everybody is out there right now. You can see it. So the thing about that is that take the X or R1 player. Like, we'll snap and look at X. X is gonna get open because they drop back before they go play man. Or we can look at the R1 player, and then he's running this out route because it's basically a man situation. And as long as you got a good route runner at tight end, and I do, you're able to win. Sometimes you can even, like, it's glitchy. I don't know. It might work here. So we'll streak. Sometimes just straight streaks we'll block the running back. Sometimes straight streaks will just freak out the defense. And you can see it right there. It'll just glitch out the defense in like something like a match coverage. And you see what happened. Like, they all need to man up, but for whatever reason, this player doesn't go with anybody. I guess because this player was supposed to come across. And look, he's trying to cover this player way over here. And I'm just throwing it to the outside. Now, if I bomb that up instead of throwing a bullet like that, I'm going to have him run right under it with the arm strength. But, you know, I still score or whatnot. Like, cover 4 palms is weird. But people will run it, and they can run it pretty effective. But plays like the ones that we have on the field, they do a really good job. Also, keep in mind that a lot of times, like, plays like this don't do a really good job at defending the middle of the field very well sometimes. So sometimes we'll have scenarios where we can just throw right over the middle of the field. So it's still like a man coverage. So anyway, hopefully y'all like the video, because I just wanted to make sure I could kind of bring this to y'all in a different kind of light. And always, bro, if they go with anything that's man coverage, bro, and they try to show blitz, because that's something that a lot of people have been doing, you know what I mean? And they try to blitz you. Always keep in mind 4 verticals. So let's say just run 4 verticals, run like a slant route, and run that route together. And there you go. And motion that player. You see, we can hit that player, and then I hit the wrong button though. 82. And then you can ID the mic. You can do anything. You can even, you're basically blocking 8. So nothing's coming in on you. But you don't have to block 8 if you don't want to. You could motion this player over if you wanted to and just run it stock like that. Now you got full protection, or you could motion him back and then motion out the wide receiver. And then you could slide protect to the opposite side. And now look, you got everything pretty much covered. And then run a slant like that. Motion. And then you good. So like I said, this formation deals with pretty much everything, bro, in the game. It's a lot to deal with. Like, comment, and subscribe. Hit that notification bell as well so you can know when we post. And as always, respect the OGs. Peace.